Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello students, in this video I'll take up the next chapter of biology, that is tissues. In the previous chapter I told you a lot about the cell, which is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms. So there are two types of organisms depending upon the number of cells. First is the unicellular organisms, which contain only one cell, like amoeba, bacteria, paramecium. So in such organisms, what happens? The single cell performs all the functions which are required for life, like intake of food, causing movement, digestion of food, respiration, excretion of unwanted products. All these functions are carried out by one single cell. But in multicellular organisms like in humans and plants, we are made up of millions of cells. So these cells, they form specialized groups, and each group is specialized to perform certain function. So each group will perform only one function and they become specialized in that. For example, the muscle cells in our body. The muscle cells, they contract and relax to cause the movement of various parts of our body. So they are specialized to cause this movement. So such specialized group of cells is called tissue. So in this chapter, we'll study in detail about the two types of tissues, that is the plant tissues and the animal tissues, and then how they are classified into various types depending upon their structure, their location and their function. So let's start this chapter. So the first question, let us define tissues. Yeah. So question number 1 arises, what is a tissue? Tissues is a group of cells that are similar in structure and they work together to achieve a particular function. The term tissue was coined by the biologist Bichet in 1792. The study of tissue, the branch of biology which studies tissue, is called histology, and Bichet is known as the father of histology. Now, next topic is the division of labor. Division of labor, you understand that a group of person perform a specific function, right? So by division of labor, the efficiency becomes better. For example, I'll make you understand with an example. There's an office and different groups of people are given different tasks like sales and marketing and finance. So similarly, in our body, different groups of cells which are called tissues, they are given different types of function. So they become specialized and they are efficiently doing that function. That process in our body is called division of labor. So there are millions of cells in multicellular organisms which are designed into groups. These groups, they carry out particular function. So due to this, the organism, the functioning becomes more efficient and the lifespan is much higher than in multicellular organisms as compared to lower organisms or unicellular organisms. The next topic is importance of tissues. The first importance is the division of labor, which I just told you. The different tissues are specialized to perform specific function. So this all the cells do not have to perform all the functions required for the life of an organism. Second, due to this division, the organization or the functioning becomes more efficient, better efficiency, which leads to higher survival rate of the organisms. Then the group of tissues form organs. Then these organs, they group together to form organ system, and a group of organ system is actually the organisms. So these are the three main functions of tissues: division of labor, better efficiency and functioning, and forming organs and organ systems. The next topic. Actually, the tissues can be divided into two broad categories, plant tissues and animal tissues, which are quite different from each other. So the question arises, why do plants and animals need different kind of tissues? What is the need? What is the main difference in their characteristics because of which the tissues are different? So let's understand first the reasons behind it. First is the mode of nutrition. As you know, plants are autotrophic, they make their own food. So first of all, tissues are required which can carry out photosynthesis, and tissues are required which will store the excess food which is prepared. But animals, they are heterotrophic. Animals need not prepare their food, but they have to obtain food. So we need tissues which can help in taking food, digestion, secretion, absorption, etc. So the main difference is plants are autotrophic, animals are heterotrophic. That is why they have different types of tissues. The second reason is mobility and immobility. Plants are sedentary, that is, they do not move from one place to another. So they need tissues which can provide them strength, right? They need more of support and strength. So that is why plant cells have more of dead tissues. So these dead cells can very well provide support without any maintenance or energy requirement. On the other hand, animals, they move in search of food, shelter and mate. So we have tissues which are for mobility like bones and muscles which help in movement. Third, the energy requirement. Energy requirements in plants is very less because they do not have to move, they do not have very active systems, organ systems. Moreover, most of the cells are dead. On the other hand, animals, they need a large amount of energy for maintenance of life processes and for their movement. So these are the three reasons why plant tissues and animal tissues are different from each other. So now let us differentiate between plant tissues and animal tissues. First of all, plant tissues are more of supportive nature. That is, they provide support and strength so that plants can withstand the changes in their surroundings like drought or high rainfall or high rise in temperature like this. While on the other hand, animal tissues, they provide mobility. They help the animals to move from one place to another. Second is plant tissues require less amount of maintenance energy, while animal tissues require a large amount of maintenance energy and continuous supply of energy. Third is plant tissues are differentiated into two main types, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic are those which can perform cell division, while permanent do not perform cell division. We'll study in detail about them later on. While in animal tissues, there is no such division between meristematic and permanent. Next difference, in plant cells, you will notice that they keep on growing throughout their life. And the growth is not uniform. They grow from any region, although they grow from the specific region, but growth is not uniform. They can take up any shape and size. But on the other hand, in animals, they stop growing after maturity and growth is more of uniform shape and size. So these are the four main differences between plant tissue and animal tissue.